On the surface, Pokémon is a story about friendship, adventure, and imagination. But behind the bright colours and smiling mascots lie a global machine, one built to turn nostalgia into profit. A machine so precise, it's been running for nearly 3 decades without ever running out of demand. But how exactly did Pokémon turn childhood wonder into one of the most sophisticated profit engines in modern history? It's Japan, 1996. In a modest Tokyo office, Game Freak, a small video game studio led by Satoshi Tajiri, released Pokémon Red and Green for the Game Boy. The concept was innocent. Players catch, train, and trade creatures with friends. But it was the trading part that mattered. Because, while kids thought they were playing a game, Nintendo, the publisher for Game Freak, saw something much bigger. When the Pokémon Trading Card Game launched later that same year, it fused the excitement of collecting with the psychology of randomness. Each booster pack promised 10 cards, but maybe, just maybe, there'd be one rare holographic card inside. That moment, the tear of the wrapper, the flick through each card, the heartbeat of anticipation, became ritual. And Pokémon had just discovered its first economic superpower, variable reward systems. By 1999, Pokémon had gone global. Kids were skipping lunch to buy packs, parents were camping outside stores, and that same year, Pokémon became the world's highest grossing media franchise, surpassing Star Wars, Hello Kitty, and Marvel combined. To date, it's earned over $130 billion, more than Disney's Mickey Mouse and Harry Potter together. But that level of control over human desire didn't happen by accident. The Pokémon Company discovered that scarcity, both real and artificial, could turn cardboard into gold. In 1999, some packs contained holographic Charizards. The retail price? $3. The resale value? Hundreds, and later hundreds of thousands. Today, a first edition Charizard PSA 10 has sold for over $400,000. Scarcity wasn't luck, it was design. Every booster box contained carefully calculated pull rates. The rarest card appeared once in thousands of packs, just enough for people to chase them, but not enough to satisfy demand. That's the foundation of what psychologists call a variable reinforcement schedule. It's the same mechanism that keeps people addicted to slot machines. Pokémon had unintentionally, or maybe intentionally, turned childhood play into micro-gambling. But even when parents caught on, it didn't matter, because Pokémon had something more powerful: nostalgia. Every generation they grew up with it never truly let go. And when those kids became adults with disposable income, the machine reignited. During the 2020 lockdowns, Pokémon card sales exploded over 700% on eBay. Logan Paul unboxed a $3.5 million case live, and retailers couldn't restock fast enough. Target and Walmart had to impose purchase limits after fights broke out in aisles. In Japan, police were called to stores to control crowds of adults. Adults queuing over shiny cardboard. But that wasn't a coincidence, because the Pokémon Company had been quietly learning how to weaponize artificial scarcity. As demand spiked, Pokémon made a decision that cemented its dominance. It didn't meet demand. While other companies would ramp up production, Pokémon kept the scarcity alive. Limited reprints, controlled distribution, and selective restocks. Every sold-out headline made that next wave even more desirable. Collectors began hoarding boxes, investors treated cards like blue-chip assets, and suddenly, the Pokémon Company wasn't just running a toy line, it was managing a speculative market. By 2021, Pokémon's annual card sales surpassed 9 billion cards in a single year. That brought the total printed since 1996 to over 52 billion. And the crazy part? Every single one cost just a few cents to produce. Pokémon had achieved something every company dreams of. A product so cheap to make, yet so emotionally irresistible, that people would pay any price for it. But what makes it even more fascinating is that people didn't just want cards, they wanted potential. The feeling that inside the next pack could be the one, the shiny, the rare, the legendary. And as long as that feeling existed, the printer would never stop. The cards alone that generate billions annually, and yet, the product hasn't fundamentally changed in 30 years. The formula still works. Low cost, random reward, high nostalgia, and controlled scarcity. It's the perfect cocktail of capitalism and childhood emotion. But success comes with a shadow. Experts have compared modern card collecting to gambling. Children experience dopamine strikes from pulling a rare card, mirroring casino behavior. And as adults, that pattern continues. The rare cards became an escape. The Pokémon Company, of course, denies exploiting this psychology. They frame it as collecting and not gambling, and maybe that's true. But when parents are queuing at dawn for restocks and grown men are fighting over cardboard in Walmart, the line starts to blur. Still, the genius of Pokémon's system is how it hides that mechanism behind emotion. You don't buy a booster pack to gamble. You buy it because it makes you feel 7 years old again. And that feeling, you can't put a price on it. But Pokémon did. So what do we learn from all of this? That the most powerful business models don't just sell products, they sell emotions. Pokémon doesn't print money because it's cards. It prints money because of what those cards represent.